Doom Island is gone. But it doesn't have to be forgotten, because we're bringing it back to life with Clay, creating a miniature Doom Island. So epic, you feel like battling Dr. Doom all over again.
ClayClaim. We fought Dr. Doom for almost an hour, and what's left behind? Doom Island is extinct! That floating island where we all made some epic memories is gone. Vanished into Fortnite history. But fear not, because today's video is a tribute to this temporary treasure that gave us more than just loot. It wasn't just some Loot Island 2.0. No, it was a legendary place with those epic 4 ascenders that led to all kind of chaos and glory, and it only happened once for me in a game. But let me tell you, building Doom Island out of clay isn't easy. My biggest battle? Fortnite's never-ending updates. I lost all my replay files.
The update is taking forever.
And losing my replay files means no 3D models to work from. Yeah. I had to piece this thing together from memory, and this one video which I got out of my replays. I think today will be an awesome video because I care about every detail on this Doom Island and try to get it as accurate as possible. While the next Fortnite update is still loading, because of course it is, I'm diving into the terraforming phase. First up, the rocks. These will be the foundation where our Castle of Doom will sit. I'm shaping out the cliffs, carving out the caves, paths, and those little hills where you always had to keep an eye out for snipers. Now let's bring this island to life. Time to add some vegetation. With thin layers of green clay, we are turning this grey wasteland into a lush green landscape.
I will now cut out the blueprint for the castle.
This is it, the main event. We are now building the castle stone by stone. The castle has 2 levels. The main plaza with the Doom signs engraved into the floor tiles, and the ruins where you might just find some hidden treasures if you look closely. I am using a clay color called Stormy Grey, honestly a perfect match for this Fortnite project. I am using the blueprint, the cutout of the blueprint, as my blueprint for the clay creation and the first level, and then using my trusty scrapping tool, so I can precisely carve out the stairs, tiles and all those intricate patterns on the ground. With the scalpel I am marking the most iconic feature, the circle on the ground, where the mighty Cauldron of Power sits. This cauldron wasn't just for show. It was a key object in Fortnite for a long time now, granting the armor of Doom to anyone brave enough to claim it. It's time to sculpt this in all its glory, sitting right in the heart of the plaza. Right in the middle we have a star. And to save our progress, I'm oven hardening the first level of the castle. Freshly baked Doom Castle! Well, not the real one, but the one on the island. Now we are bringing it all together, the terraforming piece and the first level of the castle. And to do that, I've just dug a pit with my scalpel. Who wouldn't? To give it a perfect fit. And this will be an addition of another stair at the main entrance, where also the tunnel is located. And after this is finished, we are switching over to my favorite part of this creation, working on the ruins. Brick by brick, I am using a dolphin grey clay to sculpt the broken walls, carefully placing each one onto the plate of these walls. It's all about getting that authentic, ruined look. Once I oven hardened these pieces, we'll reassemble the entire castle, but keep it looking broken and worn, like the ruins it's meant to be. And speaking of ruins, if you're enjoying watching this castle take shape, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future clay creations. What other Fortnite landmark or epic gaming locations should I recreate next? Let me know in the comments. I'm always reading your comments for the next big challenge to come. And we're almost done with the castle parts. Don't forget those stone railings. Gotta give them that ancient crumbled look too. And we will place them after oven hardening. And that's it for the castle. We're now moving on to the force of nature. The roots and trees that wrap around the edges of the island. One of my favorite details is the way the roots are sticking out the ground, clinging to the edges of the floating island. It really adds to that wild, overgrown feel. Carefully adding another tree trunk, which is growing up. This is the biggest tree. And after we have placed all the roots and trunks, I am adding some of the tiniest details to the scene, like a pile of stones and individual grass leaves sprouting out from the ground. These little touches really help bring the whole island to life, which we can now put into the oven. Freshly baked Doom Island! And we are assembling the castle, the part which I was most excited about. It's like a giant puzzle. We're reassembling the castle walls one by one, bringing Doom Island back to life. But yeah, I didn't craft enough stone railings, so I've got to choose wisely where to place them. Gotta make sure no one takes a tumble off the edge of the floating island. And now let's wrap things up by finishing the vegetation.
I'm now creating the leaves of the trees with this green paper. No, you have to roll it just.
Here is something weird I noticed while working on this. When Doom Island spawns in Fortnite, we briefly see its glowing outline. But just for a blink of an eye, you can catch the shape of the former Loot Island, not Doom Island. And on Doom Island, all the trees are gone. It's like they got zapped away along with the loot. Spooky, right? We are moving on to create the rocky foundation, the underground base, where the entire castle and island sits on. At first I thought about building in another strong magnet to make it float, but I already did that in another video some time ago. I'll link it here so you can check it out if you want to see the result of a real floating island. And we are now carving in all the cracks and details into the stones so that we can create the roots sticking out of the ground afterwards. Maybe adding another crack here. Oh, this looks so awesome. Especially just putting all the crumbled clay together. Gotta make them look as gnarly as possible. Each one is unique. And they will find their way out. And of course, the pipes. 3 in total. These pipes are part of the castle's ancient toilet flushing system. Apparently, Doom Island had some seriously advanced plumbing. And we must not forget the treasure chests. And finally, we get to the Cauldron of Power. And trust me, this is going to be tiny. Yeah, we need some space around. I don't really like those people taking the cauldron for just themselves. Well, I would have done the same if I had the chance. The Cauldron of Power is tiny. We're talking the size of a grain of rice. Let's see how small we can sculpt this little powerhouse. And the moment has arrived. We're finally putting together the rock base and the island like 2 slices of bread with chocolate cream on a cozy, rainy Sunday morning. Except in this case, the chocolate cream is a mixture of acrylic paint. Some white, some brown and ochre. And we also throw in some sand to make it look like organic. I can't wait to see how it will come together. And also, let's not forget the extra hot glue sauce to bind them forever. Wow. Now, into this gooey mixture, we are carefully placing the roots we pre-baked earlier. Mainly, each tree gets its own root system underneath. And also this huge pipe for the flushing system. And right in the center of the circle, we'll drop in the Cauldron of Power. And of course, no Doom Island is complete without those legendary loot chests. So I wanted to create some in the right scale, which means it's even tinier than the Cauldron of Power. This is crazy tiny. But wait, we're not done yet. We've got some last epic details to add. We see some paintings, some more flags, and some more paintings hanging on the walls. We are starting by placing all the loot chests inside the castle. The ascenders make sure that we can access the island. And Dr. Doom's celebrity team made sure to plant some flags all over the place. So we'll make sure they're hanging proud. And fun fact, before Doom's career as a villain, he saw himself a bit of an artist. So naturally, we're adding 3 of his tiny paintings for that personal touch. One last painting, Doom riding an ice bear. And guys, I guess finally, that's it! Doom Island! And it's floating!
Oh no, it's Dr. Doom! It's my island!